Hey everybody! So today I wanted to try doing a one sheet wonder. I'm going to use a 6x6 pattern and I have a design that I found. Pretty simple. I didn't want to do anything too complicated for the first time. So it's 4 cards. These X's are my only waste. And I chose the pattern from the wood textures paper from Stampin' Up. And I did one of the cards. This is what it looks like. I haven't put anything on the inside yet. I'll probably just put maybe a white paper in there to write on. I wanted to kind of do some masculine cards and something fallish. So that's the first one, and then I just kind of decided to film the other 3. I have a bunch of leaves that I have die cut over here. Just so I have a variety to pick from. I used the gathered leaves dies for the solids. Have this maple leaf, and then these little, whatever these are, I don't know. I did spritz them. I've heard a couple people say to spritz them just with some water before you die cut them out. So yeah, I used these 3 from that one, and then from the 4 Seasons thinlits I used this one to get these intricate pieces. So I've got 3 colors of those, and then I just did the brown with the solids just to try to keep it simple and keep just the same kind of couple colors in there. So for my card layouts for the other 3 cards, like I said, I already did one of the square that I cut into, well, in half, excuse me. It's a 2 by 4 1/4 piece, which is going to be this one. And then I did an accent strip just to this brown, and then I will cut it down to size once I get to gluing. So that's the 2 by 4 1/4. Then we have a 5 1/2 by 1 3/4. It'll be like this layout. And then, like I said, that second diagonal, that one is going to be a top open. And I'm just going to put the diagonal piece down here in the corner. And I already kind of cut this one. This was a little bit more difficult to get to line up. So now I just need to get to gluing. I did already stamp my sentiments. I just used the layering stitched squares and just kind of stamped them a little differently. Just playing around. This one seems kind of muddy to me, but I want to use it. I don't want to waste it, and it'll be fine in the long run. I could even probably, you know, cover that up with a leaf, and I don't know. Maybe I won't if it covers up my words. So, and then I'm just going to layer the leaves on like I did this. So I will get started. Let's see, I'll start with this one. I'm going to use wet glue. I do have an ATG gun, but this will, you know, give me a little time to play. I should probably put it on here anyway. I do want to do maybe another set of these with white. I don't have very vanilla. Like the color I'm using is the closest I had on hand. It's just like I think Michaels calls it like their cream color. It looks kind of yellowy to me, so I'm not sure how they're gonna turn out. I guess the first one turned out okay, but I'm not in love yet. So we'll see how it goes. Guess I should make sure I'm in the right orientation. I am. And then for this one, probably do a diagonal one like that. That'd probably look pretty good. And I'm going to use dimensionals for those so that I have some room to layer my leaves under. Oops, grab 3 there. I guess I'll put one in the middle. Sorry again if the camera is shaky. It's just my setup for now until I figure out what I'm doing here. Come on. There we go. And I'm not really going to fully stick this down just yet. That way, when I'm layering, I can lift it up if I need to. Try to clean up some mess. And I'm just going to play around. I really don't have any rhyme or reason to what I'm doing or how I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. Just kidding. I'm not really sure either. I guess I'll just see whatever looks good. It's probably what everybody else does, right? As far as how much copper is maybe too much copper. So, I mean, that kind of looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking stuff down. And I didn't stick this fully down, so I'll just lift that up and glue. Well, I'll just do this way. I'm not going to glue out to the edges, just here in the middle where it's kind of going to be hidden. That way, like with this one, it's got some dimension to it. It's not flat. And, you know, that kind of looks more lifelike, or I guess as lifelike as you can get with paper leaves. And I don't have a lot of like embellishments. I think I don't really want to. Like I tried to do a little twine like double bow on this one, and like it looks okay, you know, it kind of looks like maybe a clump of leaves there. At least that's what I was going for. But again, I want these to be kind of masculine, so I don't want to glam them up too much. So I might just leave them be. And I was kind of thinking about doing like maybe just a set and give them to a friend, or just have them on hand. All right, so card number 2. For card number 3, I already trimmed this by hand a little bit. It was kind of tricky because I think I cut it maybe a little bit too close lengthwise. So I had to make my amount that's hanging over, I don't know what you'd call it, smaller to make it line up more up here. I don't know. I thought I was being smart, or I don't know. Kind of want to say cheap, but maybe cost effective. instead of doing a whole layer underneath, I was just trying to use a little bit. So this one, I was just looking back at my drawing. This one is going to open like this, and then I'm just going to put this in the bottom right hand corner. I did try to get a lot done. I thought about filming the whole thing, and I figured it's probably already going to be really long, and so I just tried to do a bunch, and then I was just going to do this and do the last one, and I'm kind of running short on time, and yada yada yada, and you get the drift. So I think I'm going to use this one, and I think I want to kind of put it off center so I have some more room for my leaves, and I don't want to do that. I want pop dots. These were from a paper pumpkin kit, and I think they might have been from the batch that the adhesive would easily peel off with the backer, because that's what was happening with the last one, and that's what was happening just now with the one I just did and this one. But it stayed, it's still sticky, but it was wanting to come off. So let's see, I'm going to stick that about there. And then again, I'm just gonna play around and see what kind of orientation I like or want, or even go that one. That looks good there. See, I mean, that could even be cute. I don't know, I kind of feel like it doesn't really help the situation with that one on top. And not all my things came out, the little pieces for these intricate ones. I don't have a dye brush, so I just used an old, well, not an old, it's a new toothbrush that I just used for little things like this around the house. And that worked pretty well. It worked a lot better than not having anything at all, that's for sure. So, and I figured too, I mean, it's a leaf, so I don't have to get them all out. These might be too big. Oh no, it'll tuck in there, and then I can just use a little guy like that. So do that there. I thought about using glue dots, but I thought maybe the liquid glue might be a little faster for me just for the video purposes. Because I have the, no, I do think I have regular glue dots. I thought maybe I only had the ones from Paper Pumpkin right now. I run out of one box of them, but I'm pretty sure I still have another box. Anyway, I just didn't want to fight with it. And I did feel like too, I just have this copper foil paper is from Amazon, and I felt like it was harder to die cut. It still looks beautiful and I still love it. I like the little touch of color that it adds to the card. But so there's card number 3. And last one. This one should be just right, and it is. I need to, whoops, place an order for some art glitter glue before it gets too cold. Once it gets a certain temperature or below a certain temperature, they can't ship it until it gets warm again. Okay. Got glue all over my fingers already. Okay. And this one is diagonal. I wonder how cream on cream would be. Yeah. And I am just talking to myself sometimes. I do that. I guess we all do that. Let's see. Get some brown. And what else? Maybe a solid brown one up here. And I think we'll go for that. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm running out of things to say. But we are almost done, so it'll be alright. Oops. Got a little extra. I think I might go back and put... Well, I still don't know. I might just go ahead and stamp or just write in there. I mean, it's plenty light enough to write on. But, so, anyway, that is my video for today. And here are our 4 cards. I like them. I think they turned out neat. Other than the die cutting, it really didn't take too much time once I actually had an idea. I think that's probably what I struggle with the most. I did get all of my inspiration off of Pinterest today. There was a lot of really pretty cards using the wooden textures 6x6 paper, and I really like it. I just haven't come up with anything on my own yet until today. So I try not to, you know, directly case, just to push myself a little bit more. So, and like I said, I saw a lot of really pretty cards with this. And then I just put in, you know, one sheet wonder ideas, and this did come from Pinterest. So then I just put the two together and went from there. And once I did that, the whole thing was pretty easy, or a lot easier than it has been. So, my happy birthday stamps were just from some stamps that I had. Let's see. And, you know, they're not anything fancy. I just used this one for this and just partially inked it. You know, did happy and then birthday. And then I got this Stampendous stamp set from Michael's today. And that's where this happy birthday came from. And this one, I really liked this one. This font, I thought it was pretty neat and good for a guy, I guess. The squares, like I said, they're the layering square dies. Those, I believe, are from Stampin' Up. I have a lot of stuff from Stampin' Up, and then I have a lot of stuff from Amazon. I am not trying to be, you know, solely using one thing. I just I really like Stampin' Up's product. I think they have a lot of quality and a lot of really nice things. But at the same time, I don't always want to spend a ton of money. So I have tried a couple sets from Wish that I guess were like copies of Stampin' Up stuff, and the quality is definitely not there. I guess it would work in a pinch if you had to have them, but it's another story for another day. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, advice, tips, you name it, I'm all open. So thank you again and have a great day.